OK，又到了我们读英文的时间了。Good morning。今天我们读什么呢？今天我们读第15篇 Advertising 广告。In China, advertising is gradually becoming a part of our life. Whenever we walk in the street, we see advertisements at almost every corner of the street. Whenever we turn on the television, we see advertisements on the screen. Some people claim that they never read advertisements, but this is very doubtful. These days, it is hardly possible not to read or hear advertisements. The purpose of advertising is, of course, to encourage people to buy goods, but this is not the only purpose. Another equally important function of advertising is to inform. A great deal of the knowledge we have about household goods comes largely from the advertisements we read. Advertisements introduce us to new products or remind us of the existence of ones we already know about. Supposing you wanted to buy a color television, it is more than likely you would obtain details regarding performance, price, etc. from an advertisement. Advertising also makes a positive contribution to our pockets. Newspapers, radios, and television stations could not subsist without this source of revenue. The fact that we pay so little for our newspapers or can enjoy so many broadcast programs is due mostly to the money spent by advertisers. Another thing we mustn't forget is classified ads, which are in almost every newspaper and magazine. They are also called small ads. Ads. In Britain, the classified ads provided us with a very useful service. Almost anything can be accomplished through this column. For instance, you can find a job, buy or sell a car, or announce a birth, marriage, or death in these columns. Advertising is a relatively new industry in China, but it is developing very fast. The quality of advertisements has improved significantly in recent years, but there are still some problems. Although we have seen or read some advertisements which are both attractive and informative. Generally speaking, our advertisements are not very interesting. They use only plain, factual language. Some advertisements are dishonest and misleading. I think new techniques for producing advertisements should be introduced and stricter laws should be imposed on those who make dishonest and misleading advertisements. I am interested in advertisements because I derive a great deal of knowledge about household goods from advertisements. But I don't believe everything the advertisement says about the product advertised. I usually don't buy products I'm seeing in advertisements. Whatever I buy, I pick and choose very carefully before I made a decision.